Manuel Quickly, backup point guard, runner-up for sixth man of the year, by the way, last year. And I guess a pick or whatever, and they acquired OG Anunoby from the Toronto Raptors. Let me say this. I really, really like RJ Barrett as a person. I did not like him that much as a player for the New York Knicks. He was too streaky. I also held against him something that's no fault of his own. The fact that he was drafted third overall behind Zion Williamson and Ja Morant, either of whom I would have loved to have in a New York Knicks uniform. I mean, what do you want to do?
Let's keep it real.
Is it a crime?
Shit.
Zion, Ryan, Morant, or Barrett. It's a precipitous drop-off, damn it. So I was never excited about him being in the New York Knicks uniform because I wanted one of those two guys.
It is.
And he was the third overall pick.
But he could still
now,
be
was
good
that quite as bad as New York Knicks have?
Let's see what he does with this coach, though. I like this coach. Let me move my fucking head. God damn it. Yeah, I like this coach, though. Because Tom Thibodeau, he's good at coaching up a team to getting wins, but he's not really that good at coaching an individual. And because think about it, who has really gotten better under Tibbs? Like, Randall, he got better, but then again, that's Randall. I remember seeing his off-season workouts before Tom Thibodeau came. I'm like, who is that? Like, who is? Like, he was in the gym just draining shot after shot. Like, I had a bag to him. I was like, damn, who the hell is this? He should be in the NBA. Meanwhile, it's Julius Randle. And then the next season, he played in. That's when he became an All-Star for the first time. The Knicks went to the playoffs, and Tibbs, he just came in with Randle already becoming a better player in the offseason. That long, extended offseason for the Knicks due to COVID. And, with this coach on the Raptors, I saw one press conference of his, and he already coaching them up. Like, he's seen RJ, do some good things, but seen him, like, turn the ball over and, like, get an offensive foul. He's like, instead of doing that, there's a Euro step. Like, he's doing things to, like, pointing things out that he can improve on the first game. And he just seems to be more of a good coach to improve individual players. So we'll see how that turns out for RJ. This might be a better situation for him as far as the coach goes. Shout out to Tibbs, though. We
having an 8 pick in 2009 and Steph Curry going number 7. No, it wasn't quite that bad because the Knicks were 1 pick shy of Steph Curry.
Damn,
but damn it was 1 pick shy of Ja Morant. Would have been nice to see Ja Morant at the Garden.
God damn. Fuck.
OG Anunoby can play. He can defend all 5 positions. He upgrades the Knicks defensively. He's a spot-up three-point shooter, catch-and-shoot three-point shooter, rather, at 37.5%.
Better than RJ.
I think it's like top 5 in the NBA from the catch-and-shoot position of the three-point range. But he's also a 44% shooter from three-point ranges from the corner. I like that. And on top of it all, he's not the most offensive-minded individual in the world. So because of that, he doesn't need the ball as much as RJ.
Also looks like he gets more assists. Not much more, but RJ had a higher usage rate. So I'm guessing with more usage, which potentially is what is going to happen with OG, he's going to have more assists than RJ. That first game, he was moving the ball better for sure.
Taking it away from Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle. So if you're Julius Randle and you're Jalen Brunson, you're happy because there's somebody less to have to share the ball share the ball with. And I guess that works for them. It doesn't work for me.
This nigga loud as hell.
Because it does nothing to improve your chances against Milwaukee or Boston. Or Philly for that matter. Because I don't give a damn who Anunoby can guard. Embiid ain't one of them. He can't guard in Joel Embiid. And to beat the Sixers, you'll need to do that. And by the way, Mitchell Robinson is out for the year. So who's going to guard Embiid? Not that Mitchell Robinson would have done anything against him.
Not yet. Technically, he's not out for the year yet. So if they go to the playoffs and make a decent run, he might be able to come back, is what I'm hearing. He's technically not out for the season yet.
Embiid.
He probably will be, though, unfortunately.
I'm just wondering. You're the New York Knicks. You're still in need. You got 11 first-round picks over the next 7 years. Use them, damn it. What the hell you gonna do? Take him to dinner with you?
Oh my God. Stephen A.
What the
pisses me
hell
off.
is this?
They use them on who? Who the hell's available? He want us to make the first pick, the first fucking trade for anybody, bro. God damn. Like, at least let us see what the hell we had. That's what we was doing. We was trying to see, all right, maybe somebody can elevate themselves on this roster already. And shoot, RJ playing in the first few games of the season, he looked like he turned the corner. He looked like a damn near star. But, then he fell off. And then we traded him. And quickly, he had potential, but he was probably gonna leave in the offseason. Let's keep it a buck. He's probably gonna go to the Spurs. And we'll see if he doesn't re-sign with the Raptors, then we definitely won that trade.
Use it to get somebody worthy. Now, you might not want to do it this year because you can't do it this year, but I'm hoping to use it to get a Donovan Mitchell. And I don't want to hear about Donovan Mitchell, Jalen Brunson backcourt being too small. Donovan Mitchell is a number one option.
It is.
You get him if for no other reason to make sure that Julius Randle can't even think about being a number one option.
Bro,
I like Julius.
How are we going to have Jalen Brunson and Donovan Mitchell? Like, they both 6'1", 6'2". We got to compete with all these tall guards in the league. Come on now.
Randle when he plays within himself. I don't like him when he's jacking up shots. We all know he's going left.
Murray, some.
That's why I called him Barrett and Brunson Southport Central. Madison Square Garden. They always going left. But Brunson has shown me something. He's a star in this league.
And we got
stars. Julius Randle is a really good basketball player. Not great, but good. Despite the 39 points the other night. And Anunoby had 17, by the way, in his Knicks debut. I'm simply saying when I look at him, I see the Knicks in the same position. Good enough to get to the playoffs, good enough to win a first-round series, not good enough to get past the second round, which means you're going home in the semifinals.
I think we get past the second
round. Because either Milwaukee, Boston, or Philadelphia is going to send you home. That's how I view New York. So I'm not down about it. I just ain't up because I didn't want them to lose quickly.
I think we can get past the second round. And at this point, I think it's a coin toss if we get past the Eastern Conference Finals. Probably going to lose, though, to either Boston, Milwaukee, or Philly. But I think we could beat Philly now because they really only have Tyrese Maxey and Embiid that you got to worry about. Tobias Harris is nice, but he's not really, giving you nightmares, nothing. We can handle him, especially if he's not really getting the ball like that with Maxey and Embiid. We can handle that with, especially if we're healthy. Now, since we don't have Mitch, that would be a lot tougher, dealing with Embiid and whatnot. So we'll see. But yeah, no, we would definitely need Mitch though.
I like them having 2-point guards. And I don't like the fact that he's gone. This is the same organization that I told you I begged to draft Halliburton years ago. But they drafted Obi Toppin. I was right about that.
Yeah, I agree with that. I wanted Halliburton too. If I was the GM of the Knicks, on God, the only two people I would have picked, I had a chance of picking, would have been Tyrese Halliburton and Desmond Bane. Imagine we had them two on this team. God damn. LifeofOz for GM, damn it.
But I'm going to let it go. As pissed off as I can get about them, I'm going to let it go. I'm going to let it go for now. But Anunoby does improve them defensively. He can guard all 5 positions.
I'll give him that.
Spot up threes. And he doesn't need the ball as much as Barrett, which helps Brunson and Julius Randle, which is a good thing. But the bad thing is you lost quick.
I think it means a lot for the New York Knicks. I think they could be punch a little bit more above their weight in the Eastern Conference. He's exactly the skill set every playoff team needs. Size to guard every position, literally every one. Toronto would have him guard centers sometimes. And Shanae mentioned the elite three-point shooting
this
ability.
Was a perfect signing,
I saw some people debating who got the best player in the trade. Is it Emmanuel Quickley or OG Anunoby? In 3 years, 4 years, maybe the conversation.
And guess what? Now when we do get that next star, we contenders, baby. The league got to watch out.
Shifts to me,
the whole
the
league.
Knicks got the best player.
They got to watch out now.
They need to find a little more.
We just beat the T-Wolves pretty handily.
Ball handling, maybe they're going to miss the kind of juice that Quickly gave them the speed, the unpredictability. But to me, this upgrades the Knicks' playoff equity. Look, are they as good as Philly, Boston, Milwaukee? I still don't think so. But all year I've said, I like this team a lot. They're feisty. They fight. They're physical. They know exactly who they are. And I think they are really, really good. Good enough that if they got the right matchup in this second round and a little bit of luck, they could make the conference finals.
Well, Kendrick Perkins said that he believes that Jalen Brunson is a 1A type of player. So New York adding a piece like OG Anunoby Perk, does that make them good enough to become true contenders in your eyes?
I mean, they're knocking at the door. They're knocking at the door, but I'm not ready to let them in just yet as being a true.
Let him cook, man. I respect Perk's opinion the most. Let him cook.
Just for the simple fact, Sinead harped on this about more Julius Randle. We know what Julius Randle is going to bring in the regular season. He has shown us this in consecutive years that he could be an all-NBA caliber player.
Let me say this, though. I like how Randall's playing this year. He came in the offseason, which he has a really good offseason, and comes back improved a lot. He said that he wants to be a more efficient player. And I think the way he's playing now is going to help him when he gets to the playoffs because he's playing a lot more bully ball Randall, man. And he's taking more shots right at the basket in the paint, not settling for jump shots, not settling for the mid-range, not settling for threes. Yeah, I really love how he's playing right now. Like, this is my favorite type of Randall is playing. It's probably his best, and we'll see what happens when we get to the playoffs. And to be honest, he did have that injury going into the playoffs, so we got to give him some leeway on that, at least just a bit,
But in the postseason, it's a major drop-off in his play, in his leadership, in his body language. And I know he's caught a lot of heat from the New York fan base, but he's gained the respect back at times by bouncing back in great fashion.
And his attitude is a lot better. He's a lot easier to root for. He's not arguing with refs, not arguing with teammates. He's smiling with his teammates more. Seems to have more of a genuine, rapport with his teammates. So it's good to see, man. He's actually really improved. I respect his ability to look himself in the mirror and say, no, I got to work on things to improve, and I was wrong. I respect it about him as a man, as a person.
Even been benched in the fourth quarter by Tom Thibodeau. Every Batman needs a Robin. Do I believe that Jalen Brunson has the capability of being the best player in any series and closing games when it mattered the most? Hell yeah. But I just don't have that faith in Julius Randle yet. And I think right now, the piece by picking up OG from Toronto, adding him into the mix, is going to help Julius Randle out.
I was saying we need one more guy.
I need to see it when it matters the most. I'm not yet ready to call the New York Knicks a title contender.
I think this all predicates on what does contender mean. Is the New York basketball team, the New York Knicks, are they a championship team?
No. Looking good right here. Shoot.
I don't think so. But I do think that they can contend with championship teams. We've
seen them not yams, boy. We all know she got the yams.
From big moments. And I do think you can't ignore the fact that when you get a player like OG Anunoby, like, it's important that you really celebrate this idea that it's great to have role players that are the best at what they do. He's the best at what he does. Knocking down threes, playing good defense, a guy that has experience being on a championship team, being that star, as Perk says, in his role. Yeah. So they may not be the championship team yet, but I love this because you're starting to see the pieces fall together. They have an identity.
Exactly.
They have great players. Yep. And then now you get pieces that work toward that ultimate goal.
So
exactly. And people like Stephen A want everything to happen overnight. Nigga, relax, bro. The fuck? How the fuck we supposed to do that?
So let me throw this at you, though.
God damn.
I'm not saying, when I say contender, right, I'm not necessarily saying, okay, championship or bust this year. Let's say making it back to the Eastern Conference Finals. Let's set that bar for New York.
I wouldn't be surprised if they do that.
And you know who I'm like getting like maybe.
Word? You hear how they talk about your team? Yeah, you hear how they talk about your boys' team? God damn it. I wouldn't be surprised if they make it to the ECF. Hell yeah. Let's go. Is that ESPN talking about your boy team?
Maybe some little vibes of it. And it has to be a little bit of luck. It has to be the Julius Randle that we've seen over the last 18 games, averaging 20
We're on
points
the
a game.
same page.
The Hawks in 2021.
Team underachieves. There's a shakeup.
Yeah.
Somebody asks out, or a team's going to make a trade, and you need that player to tell us, team, I want to go to New York, or New York's on my list of 2 or 3, and preferably that's a player near the end of his contract because he's got more leverage as opposed to a player like Damian Lillard who had 4 years left, didn't have the leverage to get where he wanted. Those are the options for New York, but they're like every other organization. What is the level of player that we would use this capital on?
Right.
And does that put us at the second apron and limit us? Are our 2 best players as good as the 2 best players in Philadelphia, in Boston, in Milwaukee, in Miami? Does the player we bring in, is he our best player? Is our second best player? Is he worth paying what it's going to cost? It is a difficult proposition now with the phasing in of this second apron. But the good news for the Knicks, they've got draft assets that are going to be very valuable around the league.
It feels like the Knicks are in a power.
Not only are we
right
one
now. They
more
are
player
a
away,
dangerous team. Now
we
it's
got
about seeing,
the
okay, do they want to go all in for another big move, or are they going to make that tinkering, adding a little bit more shooting coming off the bench, that sort of thing in the more immediate future. So, well, let's set the Knicks aside just for right now. This was the first trade since James Harden was dealt to LA, and that was 2 months ago. So now that another big piece is off the board, what's coming next?
I think watching Pascal Siakam in Toronto, and I think initially what you're seeing the Raptors try to do,
they're talking about the Knicks anymore,
like with RJ Barrett, that he'll want to be here. And that's going to dictate how much they might offer Toronto in a deal. But I do think there's a window here where the Raptors get to see what Siakam looks like with RJ Barrett, with Emmanuel Quickley, and this group with the Raptors. But certainly, I think that's going to be a player here we're going to watch over the next month.
So knowing that the Raptors are still sort of evaluating the situation, Perk, where would you like to see Pascal Siakam play?
In Philly. In Philly. And you know what's crazy is this. Let me adjust myself and get simple.
Here we do that now.
When you think about what Philly has been doing, right? Think about the pieces, right?
New York, we're trying to do something over here.
Kelly Oubre, DeAnthony Melton, those guys, they've been balling. They have draft picks, okay? So I'm looking at Tyrese Maxey and Joel Embiid, and what I'm looking at a team that's missing a third star. Yes, Tobias Harris has been, playing some good basketball, but can he really be that guy to get you over the hump? Is he better than Pascal Siakam? My answer is hell no, he's not.
No.
We know what Pascal Siakam could do in the Nick Nurse system. That's what helped them bring a championship. They did it together. So when I think about the Philadelphia 76ers and I think about adding that piece to the duo of Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey, send him to Philly. I love Pascal in the 76ers uniform.
Well,